Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I have made about 20 different videos that I was going to post over the last couple of days. And every 5 minutes, everything got worse, pretty steady, for a solid 24, 48 hours. And my health is just trash right now. And it's not cancer. It's RSV. I was tested, which I don't understand how I tested positive for RSV. They did a nasal swab swish. So maybe they could, it was a COVID test though, but so maybe they take the juice from the tube that they did and did the other test. But they didn't give me any antibiotics, and I have my surgery scheduled for the 15th. So I'm a little unsure. So I'm going to call my surgeon in the morning and find out, is today Friday or Saturday? Is this a weekend? I'm going to call my surgeon on the next work day, whether that be a Friday or a Monday. I don't even know what day it is. Okay, so I went to the hospital because I wanted to get checked. And I did tell him that I was on chemo, pills, and I did not want to sit in the lobby with 40 people that have God knows what. They were very kind and accommodating. It wasn't the cleanest feeling hospital. It was definitely one of the slower moving structures that I've entered for assistance. Whatever. So after 6 or 7 hours, anyway, they took a chest x-ray. There's no more pneumonia. Nasal swab, bingo bango. So now I'm going to call my surgeon on my next work day and find out what they want me to do. Hold on a second. I had to blow my nose. That's all I do. That's all I do is blow my nose. I don't know if you can see what's going on here. It's tender. I need some little Puffs Plus lotion. Would help a lot. So, every random paper towel has definitely been optimized. So, I think I blew my bad nose on a paper bag 2 days ago. I was so desperate. Anyway, so we hit the 2nd grade. Trailer got totaled. But it's still awesome. Like, everything still works. The floor plan's amazing. I love this little Prowler. However, it needs to be parked on someone's property that doesn't drive around. And so I've listed it for sale because the insurance company let me retain the title. They didn't want very much for it either. So that was pretty cool. So, now what? Well, I got the insurance payoff. Oh, that was not very much. It's got to be worth a little bit more than that. Really? So anyway, now I'm looking around for basically a starter project again. Oh, jeez. A project? That's all I've had. We spent so much time and effort and money getting tires and insulation. We lived in that other little trailer like it was a tin shed. I don't know if y'all remember that journey. It was hard. So, I found something. Found something in my price range. Dude just needed it gone. He was using it as a bathroom for his mother while he built her a tiny house. And when he finished the bathroom, and it used to be his parents', one owner, 66,000 original miles, but it's a coach. Class A, I believe is what Brian said. It's an Itasca Sunflyer. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly of the type of coach that it is, but it's like a weird T. It's Itasca, Itasca Sunflyer. And it's 2003, I think. Oh, God, hold on. I'm gonna blow that nose a bunch. So, okay, Itasca Sunflyer. I knew it was a good one when I just had a good feeling about it. I hope I'm right. We bought it. We didn't spend the money. That's what we got. So now I'm selling the Prowler. I'm going to find someone that doesn't want to drive, that wants to park and get a really nice little thing for a piece of property. So many things are much easier. A couple of little things need to be fixed on it. Power window needs to be, the motor replaced. The power rearview mirrors don't move. Luckily, my husband is an electrician, and this is a minimal hurdle to overcome. And the steps, when you open the door, they don't automatically come down. But I feel like, from what I can tell, are the only things wrong with this structure. It is clean. It is dry. It is fresh. I've never seen so many cabinets. So, tomorrow I'll make a video about it. So we got it. Did a little haggling. Didn't have to do too much. He was ready to get rid of it. So, he was willing to come down to what I was able to pay. Beautiful. So, then Brian and I are like, okay, somebody's got to drive it back to the travel trailer park. So, I called the manager. And said, man, please park our new camper in the overflow lot. Well, when we checked in, we were borderline not up to par of their personal, or of their corporate codes of standards. So we were just on the edge. There was a couple of places that Brian had to bolt back together, and the bumper got scraped. And so the thing with a hose for the sewer hose goes in. It was kind of hanging. So he zip tied it back, which isn't really a very proper fix. So anyway, he did that. I told her, I said, look, I'm going to be buying a new travel trailer in the next day or two. I promise. We're only staying here for 2 days, and then we'll go away. And you won't have a junky trailer in your park. I promise. And it's not junky. I'll put a picture up. It still looks really cute. The floor, it's still like, number one, once a week, it's so short inside, I'm able to wash the walls and the ceiling with Lysol wet wipes. And I've been doing that like once a week, especially with this virus that Brian and I are passing back and forth. Or whatever it is happening. So it's clean. I mean, it's like clean. I even just put a new shower curtain up that my husband tore. And it's fantastic. So I don't think we're going to have any trouble selling it, which would be awesome. If that happens, we're going to get Starlink. Then Brian is going to work from home. His unemployment's run out. So, I don't really want him to go back to work. He helps me so much. He makes my life so much easier. And I know it's really selfish, but I want him to work from home. And he wants to work, obviously. And it's been very inconvenient with all my appointments and all my things. So, I thought, babe, let's get Starlink. We'll always have unconditional internet. It's worth it. So we're going to do that. He's going to go back to work. He's going to work from home. I like that. Okay, so now we own the Sunflyer Tasca. What was I saying? I just got done coughing for a few minutes. That just ain't great. So, okay, time to leave. We've gone, we've looked at it, we've given it the money, we have the paperwork. It's time to drive it home. Manager gave us permission to put it in the overflow lot. Thank God. It was so funny, though. I said, man, please put it in the overflow lot. I told you I was going to buy a new one. We did. And she was like, okay, but what are you going to do with the old one? And I thought, oh, Lord, she thinks I'm going to abandon it in the RV park. So I said, no, we'll take it with us. And we bought a coach. One of us will drive it out of here. We'll tow the other one out of here. I'm not trying to be that burden or lose my membership over ditching an RV. Not one I could sell. It's still nice. And I wouldn't do that anyway. So I said, I want to drive. I can drive anything. I can drive a tractor. I can drive with enough time and effort. I can drive a semi-truck. I drove the largest size moving truck that you can drive from Knoxville, Tennessee to Chicago, Illinois once. And from Knoxville, Tennessee to Chattanooga and back. Big moving trucks, like commercial grade. I helped a friend back in my younger prime years when I still had the energy to do such things. And he was a mover, professional mover, and his assistant bailed out on him at the last minute, 5 minutes before he was supposed to leave, and he had bid this big house. He said, I could do almost all of it, but I need some help driving. I said, I'll do it. I drove. We left 5 minutes later. Let's go. So we drove to Chicago, Illinois, and back. It was very large. So anyways, okay, I said, Brian, I will drive. He said, all right, if you want to, go for it. Well, the Suburban's actually harder to drive than the Coach. He was like, well, which one do you want to drive? Which one do you feel more comfortable driving? Because there's a lot of play in the Suburban where the gearbox needs to be replaced and the power steering fluid leaks out. But it's like this to drive the Suburban, okay? It's really scary, actually. And like I said the other day, the pulley went out, the brakes did fail, the power steering, everything. This is like so scary. I was like, I don't really want to drive the Suburban. So I said, I'll drive this giant Coach. Okay. Started right up. Sounds great, baby. I asked him, I said, any advice? And he said, it's a giant minivan. You'll be fine. And I said, I got that. So, pulled out and took a left and then got going down the highway and got on the interstate. It's doing great. Brian wants to get into the left lane and go faster, I think, to see what it's going to do. I got this. I'm handling it, right? I must have warmed up the interior of the structure with my body heat and woke up the bees. That's right. I woke up the bees on the interstate. So, oh my God. I looked down on the left and the guy, the window, power window doesn't work. Don't put it all the way down, he says. It won't go back up. So, okay, don't put the window all the way down. Well, I didn't really catch that, nor was I thinking about it or worried about it. Because on the windowsill right next to my arm are 3 bees. I think they're honeybees. They might be not honeybees. I'm not paying a lot of attention. I'm driving the travel Coach for the first time. And I haven't actually driven much in the last 2 years. It's dusk. And this new machine to operate. What? And so I felt it crawling. One of them crawling on me. And it crawled. I was just like, oh my God. I was scared to take my hands off the wheels. So I started flashing the lights at Brian. And putting my turn signal on. Well, he couldn't tell what was going on at first. And then he realized, oh crap, she's the one to pull off. So I pull off. He pulls off. I'm following him. I didn't want to ditch him and just work. I thought about it. And so then I forgot that I was like 6 feet in the air. I just wanted to get out of the bee box. So I take a big step out. Well, there's a 3-foot drop. Brian thought I was having a heart attack the way I come flying out of the truck. I just start trying to get stuff off. I was trying to explain to him, I'm covered in bees. Bees. We have bees. Bees. And he's like, take your clothes off. So he starts ripping my sweatshirt and shoving me into the Coach, throwing me on the interstate and naked and pulling my shirt. He's like, get out of your clothes. Get out of your clothes. So get out of my clothes. There's no bees. So then he's allergic to bees. So now I got to finish the drive. So he snugs me up so they can't get into my hair. Now I'm also encased in a hoodie. And so I'm scared to mess with the heater and the thermostat and the temperature. I don't want to take my hands off the steering wheel. And so I don't want to turn the heat off or anything. But here we are. This is my new impersonation. Bees, bees, bees. So if you ever seen the movie Tommy Boy, when they jump out of the car and they start screaming, bees, bees, it was a lot like that. It was a whole lot like that. So, he was like, he got me, saved me from the bees. So, bees are in the past. I think there's some bees in my new travel Coach, but, not a problem. We warm it up, scoop them up, put them somewhere, make sure they're okay. I'd like to take them somewhere warmer if I could, but Brian was talking about squishing them. I'm just going to set them free. So, I'm not squishing bees. He wouldn't squish a honeybee, but He'd smush a yellow jacket. I wouldn't smush anything. So anyway, I roll the window all the way down trying to get the bees out. Now the window won't go back up. Oh, you kidding me? He got the window back up. We get going. We get home. But now it's after dark and I can't see hardly. Anyway, we're home. The new coach is in the overflow parking lot. Tomorrow, I'm going to get inundated with a flood of people who want to buy this Prowler for a wicked fair price. And we're going to get everything figured out. So I've lifted the ad locally. And I'm going to book a Birch Bay for 4 days, 6,000 trails. And, God, I don't really want to... I don't know what we're going to do with this extra travel trailer for a few days while we sell it, but we'll figure that out. Brian will have a place to put it. He'll figure it out. And maybe it'll sell in the morning. So anyway, everything's awesome. Things are coming along. I really wanted to tell Debbie about the bees when I called earlier, but it was hard to hear and it was hard to talk. And so I wanted to make her watch this video to find out about the bees. Bees, Debbie. Bees! Debbie is full of bees! So, it's all good now. And so let the project begin. We're going to move everything out of this one into the other one. Luckily, Brian's been taking his antibiotics. It's pretty clean. I've been wiping it literally down. I just did the windows, all of them, like 3-4 days ago. It's not really in a bad spot. I vacuum every 2 days, every other day. When we have power, sometimes every day. Because I've been crafting and stuff. And I get little bits of stuff. I can't stand a weird floor. A scattered, dirty floor. This is a huge pet peeve. So, that is 16 minutes and 50 seconds. Hey, that's a nice long ramble. Find out about the bees. Bees. So, I don't know where we're going to be. But we're going to be here for a few days. We're going to get rid of this Prowler. And I'm going to call my surgeon on the next work day and find out if she wants... I think we'll try and move back my port for maybe a week. Might make sense. Brian was real nervous about me having an infection and going in to have that put into my aorta or artery or wherever they're putting it. I kind of don't want to know too much. But he does, and he was like, I don't want you having an infection doing that. And that's not okay. So, he's threatening to put antibiotics in my coffee. So, I was like, okay, I'm going to call the doctor. So, I'll call the doctor. Is today Friday or I'm going to call the doctor on Monday. Are you okay? So, Brian's okay. But that's it. That's the update. Everything's awesome. I'm sure it needs a little bit of stuff, but I have complete faith in Brian. We've broken down in some really hardcore spots and some really hardcore broke down stuff. He keeps getting us back in motion. It's the only reason I considered a coach. But the space. Oh my gosh, so much space. Cabinets. Storage. It's going to make so much easier. I'm very, very happy about it. I feel optimistic. So, that's that. I love you guys. Peace. Love. Peace, love, and chicken grease.